Is the stock down today as a result of what it said about Capex next year?
Yeah, you got it right, Tim.
So
it's the Capex and the total expense guidance that they gave for next year was more aggressive than the market wanted. This company, Zuckerberg was very clear about it. He wants to be the AI leader. He's going all in on superintelligence, and investors are a little cautious and nervous about that.
why aren't they buying it?
Well, maybe for two or three reasons, Tim. You're asking a really good question, which is why aren't they buying it? Well, maybe we don't really know what it is. So all of us are sort of scratching our heads because I guess we're not super intelligent. I'm not, but trying to figure out exactly what's going to come out of that. Like what's the product going to be? What's the offering going to be? And how are you going to monetize it? That's one reason. We just really don't know what super intelligence is quite yet. Second is it's very competitive. So Google's chasing it. OpenAI is chasing it, and Meta is, and there's probably other companies too. I assume Apple and Microsoft are too. And I think the market's just a little skeptical. It is skeptical that Meta is going to be able to do this sufficiently effectively, generate a good financial return. So that's why it's really those two reasons. We don't know what that end market is, and the market maybe is a little nervous about Meta's odds against that unknown end market.
You know, what's interesting too, and I've been thinking about this, Mark, is, and by the way, we're creating a super intelligence club right here at Bloomberg. So we'd love for you to join in the next club meeting. Hey, is part of it that, the spend for Meta, it's not like they're one of the hypers, they're not Microsoft or Alphabet who can kind of offload some of the spending on other companies. Is that part of it?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think you're right in saying that, Carol. That Amazon sells superintelligence or can sell AI services to other companies. Microsoft does through Azure. They have cloud services, and so does Google. And there's not kind of that obvious external commercial enterprise offering. Meta doesn't have that, so the return is going to have to be on Meta itself. And so that maybe at some level, that maybe that's the third reason why the market's a little skeptical. And for today, and I don't want to overdo just a one-day trade, but today that's the third reason for the skepticism.
And so skepticism, smart, as we should be in any environment, especially when there's a big spend out there. You still have an outperform on Meta, so give it a little time, right, to kind of watch and see how this plays out.
Well, I'm going to take the opposite side of this. So this is what I've learned following Meta for a long time, but just in the last couple of years, this company aggressively invested in AI, and they used it to dramatically improve their core products. Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook. What's the evidence? Well, consumer engagement has increased materially over the last couple of years, and advertiser returns have increased materially over the last couple of years. What's the evidence of that? Meta has probably got the strongest advertising revenue growth, 25, 26% at scale at 200 billion, revenue run rate. That's better growth than anybody else has in the, direct competitor has in the sector. Maybe I'll be surprised by one name in there, but I doubt it. So, to me, I step back and I think, well, they've actually shown a great ability to deploy AI to improve their core products. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they could probably deploy AI to create new products. And, they just start off with so much, I call them the 3 C's, compute, capital, and cranium, that there's probably going to be more than just one winner in superintelligence. And I think Meta has a decent shot of winning it. And by the way, I don't have to spend too much on this. The stock trades at close to a market multiple. And this is so different, Carol, than 3 years ago when Meta's core business was under attack, existential risk coming from TikTok, and they were throwing money at this thing called the metaverse. This is 3 years later, and there's no existential risk to core Meta. And in the meantime, they're throwing money into something or investing aggressively into something that some of the sharpest other technology companies are. There's probably a there if Amazon, if Google, if OpenAI, if Microsoft, and Meta are all betting on or investing in superintelligence.
I do think about Meta a lot. When they came out of their IPO and reception not necessarily so good, and the pivot in terms of, was it mobile that they needed to think about more? And then they moved quickly, and then metaverse all in, and then maybe that wasn't right and they pivoted again. Like, there is something to be said that this company does look, Tim, at kind of what's going on and then making the necessary adjustment quickly.
Well, on that, Mark Mahaney, the idea of the cranium part of this, and maybe this is not what you're referring to when you said cranium, but we got to talk about face computers, this idea of the Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2 glasses, the success, the runaway success. I was surprised to see how successful, or have been surprised to see how successful Meta has been when it comes to wearables. Our own Mark Gurman loves these things when he tried them a few months ago, and the user interface is the next, you've covered a lot of cycles, is the next platform for computing wearable glasses.
I don't know. I guess I'm skeptical that it is. It's possible. I don't know why. I doubt there's one solution out there. I think wearable glasses can be one solution. It's probably more than a niche, but I don't know that it's mass market. So I don't know what something in the middle there. I guess I'm a little skeptical, but they've certainly, this is a heck of a lot. This product is a heck of a lot better than what I wasted money on with Google Glasses years ago. But all this stuff feeds on and builds on itself.